Attempt to show you some of this process. It's not my normal corpsing. It's not going to be a whole lot of what I normally do, but we went ahead with this Scarecrow. It's just a tobacco stick frame, your typical cross. I took a rib cage from a plastic Home Depot skeleton, gave it some foamy guts here because it is a pumpkin. We got some guts in its mouth. We grabbed some sticks, got that fastened down up here with a screw and under here with a screw, and we got this one screwed into that one. We have this arm from a skeleton screwed straight in here, right there, and we have this one screwed in here. It's split, but we're about to do something to fix all that. Same down here for the leg. We got another stick coming down here. We got it screwed in down here, going through this way, and then I have another little leg right there screwed in, and then that's gonna act as like the thigh, and then I have the actual leg to the skeleton. So we're gonna wrap all this in wood glue and twine, just like I did with this yesterday. So once you wrap that all up in wood glue, you saturate all this as well, and then it kind of acts as like a fiberglass resin. It's real, it's on there, it ain't going anywhere. So we got all of our joints and stuff. It's all screwed in, but it's kind of gonna add to the aesthetic of it. So we went ahead and wood glued all that on. So we're gonna add more twine later once it's all wood glued in place. So we're gonna go ahead and wood glue and twine this stuff up right now, and then we're gonna corpse a little bit on it. We're not gonna go crazy, but we're not gonna do that tonight. That'll be a tomorrow thing. We're just gonna get all the joints and all these little pieces here just kind of twined and roped together so it's all nice and sturdy and it's not going to come apart on us. So we're going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll show you what that looks like when we're done. All right guys, so we got this dude all wrapped up in twine, rope, whatever. We just used some rope, but I took it apart to make twine basically. So we got it all wrapped up. Then we have it all drenched in wood glue, and even this foam I soaked in wood glue just to you know, kind of protect it, make it a little harder so it ain't gonna go nowhere. So we're just gonna let this sit here and drip dry, because this makes a huge mess. And we got some little bit around that joint. I know it's a little hard to see. The only thing I didn't get to do was that foot. But we are going to do a little bit of corpsing to this. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. So I'll do that foot later. I ran out of glue, ran out of rope, so I'll have to make some more twine. But that's what we did. We wrapped that joint there. We also wrapped that up. We got those two wrapped together. We got that all wrapped up. And then, as you see there, we got those ones all wrapped up there, and then around that knee, just went through the bone on both sides, so that way the screw and then the twine, once that all dries, that's going to be super rigid. Like, that wood glue is no joke. It's Type Bond 3, it's weatherproof, so this thing can be outside, not a problem. It's not gonna, I mean, obviously it's wood and plastic, so, and then these foam pumpkins, it's fine, whatever. But this is like solid, and I did this last night, so when it dries it'll look like this, just like normal twine. But like right now it's soaked and it's all white, but yeah, that's what it's gonna look like when it dries. You know, nothing too crazy. And then when it is all dry and everything's dry tomorrow-ish, I'll go ahead and I'll wrap new twine. So this is just to hold it all together, basically, as my, in quote, glue, but also give it some of that crappy Scarecrow, dingy, you know, grungy look I go for. So we're gonna do this now. Then tomorrow, like I said, we'll go through and we'll add some different twine as your, like, your pretty effect coat, so to speak. This is serving, this step here serves a purpose to hold everything together other than just your screws. And then the next one will just be like a pretty layer, just give you that look. So we'll wrap up a bunch of different stuff with that really doesn't serve a purpose. It's not really going to do much, but we'll add more twine, and then we're going to do burlap and wood glue. But this is how this thing is looking so far. I forgot to do a little video today showing what this thing looked like directly after the twine and stuff I put on it. So last night I wrapped a bunch of twine around these pieces down here, you know, all this stuff, these bones. I have since went ahead and just started corpsing on it. I did a little bit of corpsing here, on here, you know, over here, corpse up there. I'm gonna do some more yet on this piece, but I corpsed here, and I did a little bit on the hand right here in the joint, a little bit down here. I'm gonna do some more kind of like in this area, and then I gotta heat these fingers up and kind of bend them so they're not so goofy looking. But we got the leg all corpsed up here. Trying to get a better angle, but we got some like nasty, stretchy, droopy looking crap. We got the foot all corpsed up. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing some more stuff here. We got a little corpsing underneath there. There, it's focused. So we're gonna let all this dry. This is basically gonna be like my pumpkin guts and stuff. So same with all in there. Then we're gonna give this all like a douse in orange. Get this all painted up. All the skin's gonna be orange. All the, like where its corpse is gonna be orange. It's gonna be pretty cool. And then we're gonna stain this whole thing up. So I think it'll look pretty awesome. So stay tuned. There's more to come on this project. All right, so here's a little update for today on this skeleton, or scarecrow. We got the creepy cloth on there. Did a little bit of creepy cloth last night. A little more twine today. Didn't go too crazy, but I went ahead and painted all this, so it kind of, you know, coincides here as pumpkin guts. Painted the whole pumpkin again. Painted all that in there. We're gonna go through and kind of airbrush some yellow in here and whatnot. And the other thing I got to do yet is heat these fingers all up, bend them how I want them, all kind of crazy like, and then corpse the fingers up and the top of the hand. So we're gonna get that done. And other than that is going into the staining process. So once I get this done and glued, we can stain everything, get this like so it's not so dang shiny. Go ahead and start staining all this and get that process done, get him all nice and gruesome, and go from there. And then we'll be doing burlap and figuring out how I kind of want to do that yet, and you know, then we'll be close to finished with him. So the twine on this guy is wood glued, and then once you add decorative twine over it, so this is just decoration. All the good stuff that's serving a purpose is underneath and wood glued. So I'll go back through, like I've already done this one, I've done this one, I've done all these ones down here on the feet and stuff like that. So I gotta go through and do this one. I need to do this one, that one. I need to do these two up here, and then that, well, no, that one's done. So I need to do all those yet, and just kind of get this frayed decorative little thing here. I guess I could do some here. Well, that one's, yeah, I could do some of these, but those are going to be hard to get to now because it's just a tight gap to get in there. It's a very small gap to get in right there. But we're going to add some here and stuff. Just kind of give it that ruggedy look. So we're gonna go ahead and finish that up, then we're gonna call it a night. All right, guys, so it has been a few days since I have done an update on this guy, but he is finished. And this is why I hate DIYs, because you start getting ideas flowing, you start doing stuff, and you totally forget to film it. So before I left off last time, I think I was just putting on like what I'll call the beauty coat of the twine, or effect coat, or whatever, and I'd done the creepy cloth and stuff. I had this painted, but it was all bright orange. I went ahead and just kind of dusted some spray paint in certain spots, and then I went through with the stain that I normally use. So we got that nasty, it's still the same colored orange. I just went through with the same stain that I normally use on all my projects. Same with the head. I went all around and stained this up, and then I matte cleared everything. I went through and I corpsed all the hands, did the same thing, stained it, stained the chest, so it's got that roddy look to it. Corpsed the whole leg, stained it as well. Same with the foot down here, which you can't really see the foot now that I added all this like stuff. Maybe you can kind of see it when I do that. But then I went and added erosion netting, which is basically like it's this, but it's like a huge form of this. This is just burlap, and so I just draped it. I ripped it all apart and draped it wherever I wanted it. So you get some that's like free flowing, but then it's glued up here. Same with all this stuff, it's all glued down here and a little bit everywhere. So same with this, I knotted it around the leg and then glued it, so this stuff will still flap in the wind. When the wind blows, this will move. All this will move. This creepy cloth will not move much. It'll move a little. This burlap will blow around in the wind. Same with the back, but I just draped it over and I cut it out kind of how I wanted it. Frayed it up. I went through and I painted it, and I stuck glue all over the top of this. So this is now glued down to the wood and to the arms and everything. It's all glued. So this isn't gonna blow off if a big wind comes, but everything will blow around in the wind. Let's see if I can get the back of them here. The back of them, I just added a lot of black paint. Let's see if I can get it all the way turned around. I just added a lot of black paint. Oh, you can see all the glue running down, which kind of gives it a neat effect. Added a lot of dark paints at the bottoms, and yeah. So added some greens and browns and blacks. There's the back of the pumpkin head. There's another angle of the hand. So, you know, you can make them hold whatever you wanted. You could use whatever you want. I mean, these are, the options are endless. You could have him holding an axe. You could have him, you know, his chest be a hubcap, or, you know, you could do anything. You could change it and put a skull head on instead of a pumpkin. I wanted to do a little something kind of creepy, kind of cutesy for this Halloween show. So that's what we got. He's on a little stake, so he is on the smaller side. We are going to put a big number on him though, because he is sweet and he took a lot of time. I don't know, it was about a week or so-ish that I've got really into it. Doing all the sticks, finding all the sticks, so that was kind of a pain in the ass, but overall, this thing turned out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope you guys are too, but I apologize there wasn't like complete step-by-steps. I was trying to do it, but you know, like I said, with every DIY, these get kind of lost in time. I'm on a time crunch trying to get ready for another show, so I've been making not like just one piece. I've been making all kinds of stuff. I'm still in the process of making stuff. I got masks I'm working on. I'm trying to pack up totes and get everything else ready. I got all kinds of projects laid out. I have so much stuff going on. We got haunt season coming in hot. I got to start getting all this junk out in the yard. So there's just so much stuff going on. Kids are going back to school, all this stuff. So there's a lot going on. Easy to forget filming when you just need to get it done. So this winter will be a little easier to film some DIYs and how-tos and stuff like that. But this, I mean, I showed you the main part. The rest of it was just like putting stain on, which is Brush it on, wipe it off. Same with all that. Brush it on, wipe it off. Brush it on, wipe it off. Brush it on, wipe it off. Burlap, put it on how you like. You know, if you think it doesn't look right, rip it off, do it again. I did it multiple times until I got something that I was kind of happy with. So this is what we ended up with. Yeah, so let me know what you think of the Scarecrow, and I will catch you guys on that next video. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching, and get out there and make one of these. These are